rise in body or in spirit and join me in singing from the gray hymnal, number 128, For All That Is Our Life, number 128.
For all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is our gift, which we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days glad. For needs which others serve, for services we give, for work and its rewards, for hours of rest and love, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life, for sorrow we must bear, for failures, pain, and loss, for each new thing we learn, for fearful hours that pass, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life, for all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all that is our gift, which we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days glad.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Good morning, beloveds. It is good to be with you today. Good morning. Thank you for making the intentional choice to gather in community, online or in person with us here at the First Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Ann Arbor. I'm Reverend Theresa Rohlck, your Minister of Pastoral Care, and I extend a warm welcome to you all, especially to those who are new. Your choice to show up today may have been more complicated, but please know we are delighted that you are here. One way we hope to welcome you, if you are new and here in person, is to invite you to a newcomer welcome right after the service in the Redmond Room, which is just outside these doors, up a little bit, and on the left there is a sign. There will be someone in the room to answer any questions you have about this congregation and about Unitarian Universalism in general. Now, if you are new and joining online on the live stream, we invite you to introduce yourself in the chat. Let us know where you are visiting from. We also invite anyone who is new to fill out a form at UUAA.org/newcomer survey so we can better connect with you. This congregation has committed to engaging in 3 priority vision areas: radical welcome, climate justice, climate action, and racial justice. The team that is tasked with overseeing these vision areas is responsible for the Ice Cream Social celebration that we are having today after the service. There will be activities and ice cream in the social hall and also some events outside. Everyone of all ages, and even if it's your very first time here, you're invited to this celebration in recognition of all the hard work this congregation has done this past year. So it's a perfect day for ice cream, gratitude, and for being in community. A couple more announcements. One is that in the coming week, several events are being held in preparation for a congregational vote on the Solidarity with Palestine resolution. The congregational meeting, called specifically for this vote, will be on Saturday, June 28th at 9 a.m. on Zoom. It's important that you are all aware of the language of the resolution before the day of the vote. To engage in the discussion of what that language might look like and to offer feedback, you can participate in the next town hall session, which is tomorrow, June 9th at 7:30 p.m. If you cannot attend that session, you may still submit written feedback on the resolution language using a form that's on the website by June 10th. So you can find the links to these forms, links to register for the meetings and the town hall in the newsletter and on the website. There will be one more town hall on June 15th for questions and discussions, but at that point there will be no further changes to the language of the resolution. Now, later in today's service, we will hold our annual bridging ritual when we honor our YRUU graduating seniors. And this is paired with our ritual of recognizing and holding space for anyone in the community who is facing a significant change in their life. And as it turns out, there is one special transition we will recognize today after the service during the ice cream social time. And Reverend Manish will share more about that one right now.
Good morning. Two things that are noteworthy. First, in the week ahead on Wednesday night, we'll be having a screening of the film Wicked here in the sanctuary. If you haven't seen it yet or would like to see it with your congregational family, it's open to everyone. It's the closing activity for those who've been participating with me in a year-long seminar this past year, but anyone who wishes to attend is welcome, including teens and youth, if accompanied by an adult. As Reverend Theresa noted, in addition to having our ice cream social today, we're also going to be honoring during our social time a transition on our staff team, which is also a larger transition for our congregational family. Reverend Mandy will be with us in the social hall, and it's an opportunity for us to express our appreciation and gratitude for her time on our staff team. For those who have been with us for a little while, you may recall that we had to fill that position in kind of an off-season hire due to the retirement of a long-standing staff member. And that can be very difficult to do in congregational settings, is finding the right person in an off-season hire. And we were so fortunate to get Reverend Mandy, who has brought such skill and care to our congregation in supporting our membership work. We hope that you'll join us, if even briefly, during our social time to personally express your appreciation and gratitude to Reverend Mandy. Thank you.
Every one of us is on a journey. The road can be muddy and rough. We lose our way, we stumble and trip. Sometimes we even find ourselves back where we started. We all know the saying, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, as if slowing down or taking a step back means we've failed. Why do we always aspire to just barrel ahead, even when what we actually need is a pause or a moment to reconnect with the road behind us? When what we need is to go home. This chalice that we light every Sunday, it is a reminder that we can go home again, that we can find strength and resilience in the returning to who and what we know. The flame is a beacon of light in the darkness, a spark of hope when we find ourselves lost in the wilderness. And once we have grounded ourselves in the power of community, we can, once again, take those tentative steps into the future. In the spirit of being together this morning, I'd like to invite Kate Hutchins to the chalice, or to the chancel, to help us light our chalice. If you are watching from another location and you have a chalice or a candle nearby, I invite you to light it now. And if you wish, share in the chat that your chalice is lit, perhaps with your location, so that we may all rejoice in the power and strength of the flickering flame. Together, let us say, we light this chalice for the light of truth. We light this chalice for the warmth of love. We light this chalice for the energy of action. We light this chalice for the harmony of peace. Thank you, Kate. Just as we light a chalice every Sunday, so too do we recite the words of our community's covenant. We're not a faith tradition that subscribes to one particular set of beliefs. We are all on our own spiritual journeys. We are instead a covenantal faith, a faith that calls us to treat one another with kindness, to live out our shared values, to keep our hearts and minds open. So whether you're joining us for the first time or you have these words memorized, please join me as we say together, "The spirit of this church is love, and service is its law. This is our covenant with each other, to dwell together in peace, to search for truth in love, and to help one another." The Unitarian Universalist Service Committee, or UUSC, advances human rights and social justice around the world, partnering with those who confront unjust power structures and mobilizing to challenge oppressive policies. I'm excited to share with you that this summer we're going to bring back UUSC's excellent educational program for all ages, Guest at Your Table. We've never done it in the summer, I don't believe, so this is a new thing. Each year, UUSC asks us to imagine having a guest at our table as a reminder that we are part of a wider world in need of help. Since it began in 1975, the Guest at Your Table program has introduced generations of UUs to grassroots partners working for justice around the world. This year, we are celebrating Guest at Your Table's 50th anniversary with the theme, Expanding the Welcome Table. Over the next couple of months, a bit in worship and in our SGD gathering spaces, we're going to nurture connections with UU values, build awareness about social justice and human rights, and strengthen UUSC's work. You'll have the pleasure of meeting young climate activists in the Marshall Islands that are helping their communities heal from the destructive legacy of nuclear testing by the US, while envisioning a sustainable future for their people. You'll also meet LGBTQ+ leaders in Ukraine, offering resources and companionship to the queer community impacted by Russia's full-scale invasion. You'll meet Haitian academics researching racism's impacts on the experiences of migrants of color in the United States. And you'll meet trans organizers forming networks of safety and welcome for trans and gender-expansive people forced to flee unsafe communities and states. In addition to learning about the important work of these amazing activists, we'll also hope to raise some funds to continue UUSC's work. So we'll be distributing packets to all of our families and friends that want to participate in the next few weeks. You'll get a box for bills, coins, and checks, as well as a brochure with these stories of love and hope. So look out for details in the newsletter. Every year, the UUSC gives us a chance to widen our circle of loving concern and to help our distant neighbors support their path in life. Thank you for helping us make a difference in the world. And now, on to our story. As I said at the beginning, every one of us is on a journey. As we travel, we choose from many different paths, some well-worn and some less trodden. Our story for all ages this morning encourages all of us, from young children to elders, to take a moment to slow down to a more thoughtful pace, to ponder, reflect, imagine, and envision, to take the time to believe in your dreams, to celebrate possibility. The North Star, written and illustrated by Peter H. Reynolds. A sweet breeze met the boy as he awoke to his journey. He traveled on all fours for quite some time, and he grew, and he paused. One day, he had the urge to stand, to walk. It made his journey easier. He could run, too, but for the most part, he walked. He wasn't afraid of much. He wandered the fields, exploring, sometimes stopping, sometimes going happily in circles, sometimes dancing, sometimes napping. One day, the boy saw an oak leaf drift and land on the water. He wondered how the leaf managed to float. the way the stars seemed to float in the night sky. A spray of sand interrupted his thoughts. "Where are you going in such a hurry?" asked the boy. But the rabbit shot out of sight, disappearing onto a path the boy had never noticed before. The boy left the floating leaf and wandered toward the path. There he saw a cat. The cat purred gently. "Where did the rabbit go in such a hurry?" the boy asked the cat. He was in a rush to start his journey. It's time for you to start your journey too. "Oh, but I have been on a journey," the boy cried. "I've seen many wonderful things. Some I understand and some I don't, like how the leaf floats on the water." "Well, that's fascinating, but I'd hate for you to be late. You don't want to be left behind." "Behind? Who's ahead of me?" "You wouldn't believe how many. You know, you're not the only one on this journey. Plenty ahead of you, lots to follow." The boy began walking down the path. It stretched out far ahead of him. Signs kept pointing him along the way. Some parts of the journey were easy and some were very difficult. Although he was following the well-worn path, he had a growing feeling that he was lost. The forest seemed to be growing thicker. The soil was wet and muddy, making every step a struggle. Clouds had rolled in overhead, and the darkness closed in around him. After many difficult miles, he could not take another step. He noticed an oak leaf drift from the sky. It sailed with ease. It swirled on a breeze and was carried deep into the forest. The leaf disappeared behind a grove of trees. He stepped off the path to follow it. The boy found the leaf floating on a pond in a peaceful clearing, like a delicate boat on a dreamy voyage. His thoughts were interrupted by a voice. "Oh, there you are! I was worried," said the cat. "Don't wander off like that. Now hurry, you're falling behind." So the boy ran and ran and ran, and as he ran, he noticed the forest getting darker and thicker. The muddy ground became covered with water. He could no longer see the path. He sloshed through the swamp until he came to a clearing in the forest. And there he saw a bird. "You look lost," the bird said. "I don't think so. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm lost," the boy replied. "I really hadn't thought about it." "Hadn't thought about it?" said the bird. "You must have some idea of where you're going, yes?" "Well, I've been following the path. It seems as if many people have taken it before me, and there have been many signs along the way, and a very helpful cat guided me back to the path when I started to wander." The crickets fell silent as the bird asked, "But where do you want to be going?" "I'm not sure," said the boy as he looked around at the dark, tangled swamp, "but I do know that this isn't where I want to be. I guess I am lost." The bird said, "Ask yourself, where is it you want to go, and then follow the signs you already know." "What signs? Where are they?" But the bird flew off into the cloudy night sky. The boy looked up into the sky, something he had not done in a very, very long time. He tried desperately to see where the bird had gone, and as he did, the clouds seemed to melt. And there, above him, was a star, a very bright star. The boy stared at the star and felt a pang in his heart, a tingling in his spine, a whisper in his ear. he could hear the star. The voice sounded so familiar. The boy began to walk toward the star. As he did, he noticed many other stars stretched out above him like a great big map. They had been there all along, waiting for him. He stopped and rested a moment, savoring his guiding stars. "What are you staring at?" croaked a voice behind him. "What is up there? What's so interesting?" The boy waited closer and answered, "Stars. I'm looking at the stars." "What stars?" asked the frog. "I see a dark sky and mist and low green clouds." "You don't see them?" the boy asked. "They're helping guide me out of the swamp. Would you like to come with me?" "No, thank you," the frog smiled. "I'm quite at home here in the bog. I swam here as a tadpole and grew up here, and here I will stay." The boy realized at that moment that everyone has a different journey, different signs, and different stars, their own constellations. The boy left the frog, who croaked a farewell. "Good luck on your journey." As he ventured beyond the swampy forest, the boy heard a cry. It was the rabbit, who had been in such a hurry earlier, looking tired and hungry. He was stranded on a limb in the middle of the rushing river. The boy waded out, but realized that the river was too deep. The rabbit was trapped. Then he saw an oak leaf drift by. It gave him an idea. The boy fashioned a boat out of the swamp grass and twigs and rescued the rabbit. The boy smiled, having helped make the rabbit's journey easier. The boy looked up. He noticed that the star had become even brighter. He followed the star, and as he did, the muddy ground grew drier, then grassy, then soft and sandy. Finally, he came to rest atop a dune. There below him was a beach and a boat. The boy looked out toward the horizon. The star glowed steadily, reminding him that he still had a long journey ahead. But it was his very own journey, his very own wonderful journey. The beginning.
Thank you, Stella. As we here in our community companion one another on life's journey, we recognize that we are connected to yet the larger community of Southeast Michigan and the wider world. Once a month, we at UUAA share our Sunday collection with a partner organization that is bringing alive the good work of justice in our local region and beyond. This month, we share our collection with Ypsilanti Meals on Wheels, and Alana Dooley, the volunteer coordinator with Ypsi Meals on Wheels, will be sharing more about their organization and the good work they're doing. Please welcome Alana into the pulpit.
First, I would like to thank you all for having me. I haven't worked at Ypsilanti Meals on Wheels for very long, but I haven't had such a great time working with such a great community of people before, and I am very blessed and grateful to be where I am. If you don't mind, I'm going to read off of my phone my speech. So, I am Alana Dooley, the volunteer coordinator for Ypsilanti Meals on Wheels, an organization that has been here since 1974 and has delivered more than meals. We deliver smiles, we deliver care, and we deliver hope. Our work goes beyond food. We have a personal care pantry that provides hygiene products, incontinence products, medical equipment such as walkers, shower chairs, canes, things of the sort. We have a safe at home program. that offers free home safety consultations from a licensed occupational therapist who identifies risks and suggests simple changes that help clients live safely and independently. We have fresh produce access for our clients. So weekly, we get food gatherers with fruits, vegetables, bread, and eggs. And starting in July, we will have farm boxes from local farmers in Trinity Farms that will deliver fresh fruit to clients twice a month through September. At the heart of our organization are our volunteers. More than 240 people give their time and kindness, but it's our core volunteers that come in every single week, rain or shine, and they not only deliver meals, but they also build lasting bonds with clients who come to know their friendly and familiar faces. Volunteering with Ypsilanti Meals on Wheels is flexible and meaningful. Currently, we have 2 main volunteer opportunities. You can ride along with our client care associates, or you can volunteer in your own personal vehicles with a smaller group of clients. Though we serve many clients, 450 a year to be exact, according to the census data, we could be serving up to 1,700 people in the Washtenaw County. Our goal is to reach more people and continue to grow our programs. Each visit is more than a delivery. It's a moment of connection. Thank you for your continued support, and you are helping bring comfort, dignity, and human connection to those who need it most. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Alana. We're glad to have you with us this morning. In just a moment, the ushers will come forward down the aisles here in the sanctuary to collect this morning's offering. This morning's offering will end in the month ahead, will be shared with Ypsilanti Meals on Wheels. You can donate by going to UUAA.org/giving and selecting the shared collection as your destination for your donation. If you'd like to give electronically, you can do so by texting as well, texting UUAA to 73256. Or if you're here with us in person, you can leave a check or cash in the offering baskets or choose to mail in a donation in the time ahead. This morning's offering will now be gratefully collected. As the ushers come forward, would you please rise in body or spirit as we dedicate this week's offering? Would you join your hearts as well as voices as we say together our words of dedication to the work of this congregation, which is weaving a tapestry of love and action. We dedicate our lives, and these are offerings. Please be seated.
Good morning. My name is Kate Hutchins, and I gratefully serve this congregation as the president of the Board of Trustees. And thank you. That feels good. Thanks, y'all. This morning, we continue the work of building, maintaining, and caring for the bridges we travel together across the rivers of life. We will begin our bridging journeys today by recognizing the high school seniors who have been connected with our congregation. Bridging is our name for the ceremony that marks the transition of high school youth into the larger world of work or of study, of more adult responsibilities. This bridging marks a transition from youth to young adulthood. We are beginning with this essential ministry of bridging, and later in the service, we will widen the story of our bridge, for we gather in religious community to ensure that none of us journeys through life alone.
Our music director, Dusty, recently told me that if you do something 3 times, it becomes a tradition and you have to keep doing it. I don't make the rules. And so, for the 3rd bridging service in a row, my favorite poem, Diving Board by Shel Silverstein. You've been up on that diving board, making sure that it's nice and straight. You've made sure that it's not too slick. You've made sure it can stand the weight. You've made sure that the spring is tight. You've made sure that the cloth won't slip. You've made sure that it bounces right and that your toes can get a grip. And you've been up there since 5:30, doing everything but dive. The young people we honor today are embarking on a lifelong journey of self-discovery. It's scary and exhilarating to cross that bridge from childhood into adulthood. Each of them have taken a different path to get here, and today we celebrate another big step. Everyone that is here in person or watching from home, the assembled bridging seniors as well as the wider congregation, has contributed in ways both big and small to our youth programs. And for that, I thank you. I want to especially thank the YRUU advisors who have been in the room helping our youth navigate their individual and collective experiences. Spencer Thomas and Dan Carlton, who are with us in person, and JJ McKillop and Ash Dwyer, who are here in spirit. Thank you for laying an outstanding foundation for the YRUU community. I invite you both to stand near the beginning of the bridge.
For our bridging youth, we have several gifts from the congregation for each of you. The first is a copy of our gray UU hymnal, inscribed by several of us on the staff team. We hope that this hymnal will serve as a source of inspiration as you continue learning and growing in the years ahead, and serve perhaps as a source of comfort as well to remind you of the love and care of this spiritual community. Another one of our gifts to you is a handmade chalice by Ingrid Gunderson, one of our congregants. We hope that, wherever life's journey takes you and beyond, that you'll have the opportunity to light a flame and remember the spark of love that you were held in here in this community, and that continues to hold you and encourage you wherever you may go. We hope you'll keep it on a desk or a shelf somewhere nearby so that in times when you wish to recall that feeling of being held in community, that spark of love, that you can light it. Last but not least, you're going to receive a copy of one of our Unitarian Universalist books called Becoming, a Spiritual Guide for Navigating Adulthood. It is a collection of essays written by UU youth and young adults to help share and illuminate the journey of young adulthood. In the preface for this book, the editor, Kayla Parker, writes, "May the writings of this book speak to your heart and soul and move with you throughout your days. Every word in these pages was written or chosen by people who want you to know that you are not alone, that we are all in the midst of becoming."
Before we begin, I'd like to invite any family members of our Bridging Youth to join the YRUU advisors over here. Now, your youth may have said absolutely not, and that is completely within your rights. But if anybody would and that was agreed upon, you're welcome to come and join us up here. We're going to bear witness as these amazing young people transition into the next step of their life's journey and into a new relationship with this congregation. And this is a little different this year. I would also like to invite any children and non-bridging youth that are present to come up and stand on the first steps here, and I'm going to give you some bubbles, a small bubble wand. So, not before, not yet. When each senior crosses, which you will see, blow some bubbles at them, near them, around them, to wish them well. Are you all ready? Everybody's bubble wand is ready to go? Okay, but not yet. Don't blow them yet. To our Bridging Youth, what this next stage will look like, that's up to you. Know that all of us are here to catch you if you stumble or fall on your way into the future. Our chalice will remain a beacon for you always. If you're ready, take a deep breath and dive. As your names are called, please come forward and greet your YRUU advisors and family members, and then please make your way across the bridge, representing your movement from a youth to a young adult in our wider congregation. Reverends Manish and Theresa and Board President, I almost said incoming, Board President Kate Hutchins are waiting to greet you on the other side. Once you've arrived, please stand with these loving adults to receive a gift, and at the very end, when everybody has crossed, we will read a blessing. So I invite forward the following high school seniors. Josh Corcoran. My son just said, "I can't believe you let us do this." I love that this has turned into a receiving line, too. Next up, Hava Baum-Faris. Next, we have Avalon McNew. And finally, Odilia Flores-Bash. I also wanted to take a moment to honor Ruth Norton, who's unable to be with us in person. She is off on a boat somewhere interesting. But whose leadership, in particular this year with our Youth Con, was really inspiring. So can we give Ruth a round of applause? All right, you can keep blowing bubbles while I speak our blessing, entitled Go Boldly by Jean Olson. May you be brave enough to expose your aching woundedness and reveal your vulnerability. May you speak your deepest truths, knowing that they will change as you do. May you sing the music within you, composing your own melody, playing your song with all your heart. May you draw, paint, sculpt, and sew, showing the world your vision. May you write letters, poetry, biography, slogans, graffiti, the great novel, laying bare your words to love and hate. May you love even though your heart breaks again and again. And until the end of your days, may your life be filled with possibilities and courage. You may return to your seats, except for Spencer, who will commission the bridging class of 2025. Thank you to our bubble blowers. You can put the wands back in the basket.
Take a moment to let the bubbles and my heart rate settle. Crossing a bridge can be scary. You can look out over the unfamiliar landscape beneath you and worry that it can all come crashing down. You are about to cross bridges that will lead to great adventures, but sometimes in your life you will make bridges that are unstable. You'll venture to places that end up being a mistake. And that's okay. From here, you get to choose where your bridge goes. You are the designer, architect, and engineer of your life. Though you are the decision maker, I will offer a little piece of advice. It helps to ask for help. Through your life, you will find people who will help you build your life to what you want it to be, and they will walk with you on the way. Yesterday, I watched a commencement speech by Tom Green at MIT this year. I highly recommend it. He built his speech by asking the graduating class some questions. He asked them, what did they do? What was one thing they did at MIT? And many of them said, build. And then he asked them, what gives you hope? And the overwhelming number of them said, other people. Okay? And please know that you are lucky enough right now to have a big room full of such wonderful people. These are your people. Please know that they'll probably help you if you ask, but you do have to ask. And if you find yourself far away and alone, find a UU congregation near you and check them out. Just know that we are still your home congregation. You'll bring a part of us with you wherever you go. And I couldn't be happier to be sending you out as our ambassadors on your life ahead. Thank you.
There are so many metaphorical bridges that each of us cross over in the course of our lives. For example, when we experience births, adoptions, and deaths, illnesses and recoveries, graduations, partnerships, separations, weddings and divorces, relocations to new towns or cities, job changes, when we face changes in the abilities of our bodies, changes in our health, physical transitions, and name changes. Through all of these endings and beginnings, through all these changes and transitions, we human beings companion each other. We support each other as we bridge life's major transitions. Today, we do this in a ritual that allows us to hold and witness the multitude of transitions this community is experiencing. For those in the sanctuary, you will have picked up a piece of paper and a pencil on the way in. And if you missed this, raise your hands and one of the ushers will try and bring one to you. Looks like there's a few who have missed that. So you'll get this piece of paper. We invite you now to mark your own transitions or bridgings. Take a moment and think about an event you want to recognize, big or small, celebratory, sad or complicated. Like the youth moving into adulthood, what changes are happening to you, within you, or around you? What are those things that call you over the bridge? Now, whether you are here in the sanctuary or on live stream, take a few moments to consider what bridging might mean to you right now in your life. And if you're in the sanctuary, take a moment to write. The ushers are making their way around. For those of you on live stream, your presence as part of the UUA community matters, and we will bear witness to any bridging that is indicated in the chat. If you feel comfortable, you may simply write witnessing after someone shares an event, or you may write I am bridging in the chat and hold that reason in your heart, or you can indicate what the life event is. You may also send your bridging event privately to me at pastoralcare@uuaa.org. So, for those of you in the sanctuary, I invite you to now participate in a way that is most comfortable for you. You may bring your bridging note up to the front and share it verbally if you want to with Reverend Manish or myself. I did that backwards. You can share with us the event you are marking today, and you can also just add it to the baskets that we are holding. We will be standing over here on this side of the bridge. If you prefer, you may remain seated to witness and be present for others in the community. If mobility is a concern and you wish to share with us, raise a hand and someone will come to you. Okay? So take a moment, you can finish writing. What we'll ask you to do is come up this aisle here. So make your way around to this aisle, come across the bridge. Stella will be here to help indicate the flow. Come across the bridge and then come to either Manish or myself and leave your paper and share with us your bridging if you would like to. Okay? So there's no need to rush. Pause if there's someone already there and then just keep going. Okay? So let's begin. When you're ready, come up. Thank you all. No matter how you participated in the bridging ceremony, remember that you are in the company of those who wish you well. And as a community, we remain together and supportive of each other in times of change and uncertainty.
When I was the age of our bridging youth, I had a deep, deep longing in my heart and soul for connection, for community, for belonging. I was both very confident about who I am and who I was striving to become in the world, and I was deeply the opposite of that as well, lacking confidence and deeply uncertain and a bit scared about what the future could hold. When I was that age, in my late teens, it would have been a miracle to me to find a community like ours, one which is so inclusive, so accepting, so eager to extend a sense of belonging to those who find us. That longing for connection, for community, for belonging, it doesn't go away as we get older. If anything, it sharpens and comes into focus over time. Maybe not with the same intensity of youth or young adult years, but it may show up more intensely at times of change, uncertainty, and transition in our lives. Recognizing all of that, I wanted to reinforce and offer some words of support that you've already heard from Spencer Thomas. As your journey takes you out into the world, whether it is beyond Michigan and beyond Ann Arbor, we hope that you'll take the time to experiment a little bit and try out Unitarian Universalist communities wherever you may go. In fact, we are global. There are places all over the world that identify as Unitarian Universalist. And while the flavor and even some of the language is used in our communities may be different than what you are used to here, you will find a similarity of values, same or similar values being brought alive in a variety of places from as far afield as Northeast India and the Philippines to Eastern Europe to all across North America. And wherever those journeys may take you, we know how special it is to hold in your hearts as precious the place that you fell in love with as a Unitarian Universalist. That place never leaves your heart. This is true for us adults as well. And even as your journeys may take you, and you may find other Unitarian Universalist communities that are like home, this spiritual home may always remain very special and dear to you. Know that it doesn't matter how long you've been away, whether it has been months, years, or decades, you are always, always welcome back here in the spirit of homecoming, in a spirit of returning to that place that has been precious and dear to you. For the rest of us that are already well into our adult years, take a moment to just notice the tenderness of the moment of acknowledging the bridging and the changes and transitions in our own lives, changes which are continuously unfolding, perhaps just changing in intensity and relevance over time. Continue taking the risk of allowing others to witness and companion you through whatever those transitions and changes may be. It is through that risk-taking that we allow ourselves to be found in the seeking of connection. We allow others to show up. We allow them to support us and care for us. We build connection together. This is how the longing of it gets met and realized. No matter how muddy and rough the road may be at times, you'll get there. And you'll get there knowing that you are supported and held by others in community. May it always be so for each and every one of us.
Will you please rise in body or in spirit and join me in singing from the teal hymnal, number 1020, Wo Ya Ya, 1020 in the teal hymnal.
Your North Star is out there. Listen and look closely, with open minds and open hearts. It's been there all along, to guide you on your very own wonderful journey. As we extinguish this chalice, remember to hold on to your dreams, because dreams can change the world. Go now in the spirit of love and possibility and cake and ice cream.
Amen.